My next upload is with regard to the issue of false reporting and exacerbatory offences and liabilities in society that are a hazard to humanity, really. As I've mentioned, as a sacred royal, my purpose has been quite fulfilling, quite successful, and it has been intruded upon by individuals that are of imposter syndrome and identity theft, and that are of financial theft and fraud and property theft, all the whole lot that I've already mentioned already. So, as I've mentioned, the United Nations have been made aware of the problems that have been caused for me in this community, and the government is aware, without a doubt, that the new foundations for this country, the new legislation that was brought into place, arose from my purpose, my profession, and my work. Now, there's a very serious issue with all of this since it's such an early stage of the new reforms. The new reforms are only since 2018, and it's a very it's only a birthing really of the possibilities that were laid in 2018 when I did the endeavour that I commenced on my own, that was prepared over a decade beforehand. I've been working incessantly, and at the moment there are the issues of these people disrespecting my good work and incessantly causing problems in society. So it really is a huge issue that they have risked society already so much so far with all the casualties they've caused and the damages, etc., and that they have no entitlement is the biggest concern, that they haven't established that within their own mindset, that they are trespassing into a person's life where they're not qualified, and they're taking liberties, they're thinking they're above the law, they're calling shots, and they're making decisions that they're not actually legally equipped to be making at all at all. So there's a lot of false reporting going on. There's a lot of defamation that I've experienced as well, and there's a lot of disruption to the work that I single-handedly pursued on my own, that these individuals are trying to claim ownership of when all they've done is cause disruption and insult and injuries. It's a really sad sign of the times. So the issue of these people that have been treasonous also, and that have caused very serious offence to sacred, is another aspect of this matter. It's a human rights abuse, basically, that these people, have just decided, we'll dismantle and damage this, we'll use it for ourselves, and we'll take the credit and we'll cash in on it all. We don't have to worry about anybody being harmed as an aftermath. So there's always consequences and repercussions to these kind of liabilities being facilitated in society. There's always a fallout with these kind of people being accommodated when they're being so careless with their practices and when they're not exactly within remit. So as a spiritual light worker, as an avatar, as a sacred royal, this is really insulting. And that any individuals with a shred of integrity or any bit of dignity or any bit of honesty or common sense would negate the new foundations that I laid in 2018. To negate and disrespect the good work, I think, is really insulting and injurious to progress and the prospects of the future. So, as I've mentioned, this is a very early stage of all these new reforms, and there's been a lot happening worldwide. There's been a huge amount of change, and that commenced in Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland, when, as I keep having to establish, for those that are suffering from short memory or that they're deluded to think that, we'll just say that didn't happen, this is how it happened, and we'll forget that part and we won't worry about the consequences of causing trouble or insult or injuries, as I'm experiencing throughout this entire charade. It's an absolute disgrace. It's a farce. It's so embarrassing for the representation of the country to disrespect the positive changes that are happening. But this is what's going on. It's a really sad sign of the times that there are people in my proximity that have done nothing but cause disharmony, they're disrupting society and the possibilities of progress, and they're taking ownership of a situation that they've no entitlement to. So all the human rights that are there in the Declaration, I've had the experience of being disrespected by these liabilities. They're rising above the law and the Constitution, and they're greater than God, and they're insulting left, right, and centre. So this is just absolutely intolerable for anyone that has any respects for the new society, the new worldwide changes that have been happening. It's been an absolute whirlwind of a journey, preparing myself for the changes I brought about in 2018. It wasn't an overnight piece of work. I've been working towards this for a very long time, and it's just this matter of people obstructing, putting societal obstacles in people's ways, and then claiming to be a freedom, freedom, free mind, free world. This kind of a charade, it's laughable. So this is a big criticism this evening with regard to those that have been financially gaining, exploiting the theft of property, creative intellectual property I've been experiencing, people damaging my body, disrespecting sacred. It's just deplorable. So this is just to remind people of the achievements that I have brought about personally, professionally, purposefully, and single-handedly. And the issue of individuals that are a liability to the good work that I've been working towards and have achieved is